Welcome to Home-Based Chef. In today's video, we're going to cook Dakgaejang or Korean spicy chicken soup. Dakgaejang is a hearty Korean comfort food that requires minimal ingredients and takes about 30 minutes to make. These are the ingredients which will also be posted on our website, homebasedchef.com. We will need 1 piece chicken breast, 1 piece shiitake mushroom, 1 tablespoon of gochujang or Korean chili powder, 4 to 5 stalks of leeks, 1 stalk of celery, 5 cloves of garlic, 30 grams of mung bean sprouts, 1 piece of white onion, half piece of carrot, 1 tablespoon of gochujang or Korean chili paste, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, half tablespoon of corn syrup, half tablespoon of soy sauce, half tablespoon of fish sauce, and salt and pepper to taste. Let's begin! First, we need to prepare the ingredients for the broth. Cut the onion in half and save one part for later. Peel off the skin and trim off the ends. Then simply cut the onion again in half and set aside. Next, we'll prepare the carrot. We only need this much, which is about half a piece. So go ahead and peel the carrot and cut it into 8 parts. These carrot pieces will add sweetness to the broth. When you're finished cutting, set them aside. Next, we will need a short stalk of leeks, which we will cut into 3 parts and then set aside. Next, we'll need 4 cloves of garlic. We'll just peel these and add them whole later in the broth. To peel easily, trim off the root end and pull the garlic away without lifting the knife, and then smash them using a mortar and pestle. You can also use a knife, but be careful not to cut yourself. That step will loosen the skin, making the garlic easier to peel. So we'll just leave this whole and set aside. Next, we will need celery, about 2/3 of this stalk. It will add flavor and depth to our chicken broth. We'll cut these into 1-inch pieces and set aside. Now let's cook the chicken broth. Turn on the stove to high and pour about 5 cups of water. Then add all the vegetables that we prepared, as well as the chicken. Cover with lid and boil for 10 minutes. While our broth is cooking, let's prepare the rest of the vegetables. Cut the leeks into 2-inch pieces, then set aside. If you are not familiar, leeks have a mild onion-like taste. Next, peel a clove of garlic. Chop it finely. And then set aside. Next, grab the remaining half onion and trim off the end. Peel off the skin and slice thinly. Then set aside. Lastly, a piece of dried shiitake mushroom which we soaked earlier in water to hydrate. Slice it into 1/4 inch thick pieces, discarding the stem. Then set aside. Ten minutes have passed, so let's get back to our chicken broth, which we will now collect. Carefully transfer the chicken to a small plate and let it cool for a few minutes. Then strain the broth into a bowl or a small pot. We no longer need the broth veggies for this recipe, but you can still munch on them later. When the chicken is cool enough to handle, remove the meat from the bones by shredding it into chunks. Half amount of this chicken breast is good enough for one serving. Did you know that chicken breast meat is an inexpensive source of lean protein? Eating it regularly will help you maintain muscle mass and preserve a healthy metabolism. Now let's cook dakgaejang. In a clay pot, heat 1 tablespoon of sesame oil over low heat until hot. Be careful not to reach smoking hot. Once hot, turn off the heat immediately and add the gochujang or Korean chili powder. Stir gently until the oil turns red and the chili powder have a paste texture. Do not burn the chili powder as it will taste bitter. If it accidentally did, discard it and repeat this step. Next, add the broth in the pot, leaving at least an inch from the brim to avoid overflowing when you boil the rest of the ingredients. Now turn the heat back on and set to high. Did you know that chicken broth is rich in vitamins and nutrients? It helps protect the joints and fight osteoarthritis, reduce inflammation, aid sleep, and support weight loss. Now let's add the vegetables. Leeks, mushroom, white onion, and garlic. Then give it a little stir to submerge the vegetables. Now add the shredded chicken. The amount is up to you and on the capacity of your cooking pot. Soak the chicken in the soup to absorb all the flavors. Then add 1 tablespoon of gochujang or Korean chili paste and dilute it in the broth. Followed by half tablespoon of soy sauce, half tablespoon of fish sauce, and half tablespoon of corn syrup. Mix it a little and let it boil for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, Taste the soup and season with salt and pepper according to preference. Lastly, add the mung bean sprouts and let it cook for a minute. Turn off the heat and serve hot with a side of cooked rice. And this, my friends, is Korean spicy chicken soup called Dakgaejang. Best eaten on rainy weather or during cold winter. It's light yet savory, hot but not too spicy. We hope you can make this recipe at home, and if you do, please snap a pic and hashtag it #homebasedchef. We would love to see your creations on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support our channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified with new videos. Bye! Next time on Home Based Chef, we will be cooking jampong or Korean seafood noodle soup.